Hey, what's up, you guys? This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report Daily Marketing Tip. Well, today is a very exciting Tuesday. Yes, I'm very excited about this Tuesday. We do have a new edition of the Hill Report out. Definitely, first headline story, we're talking about protecting our children. So many of us send our children to school, and we wonder if we're going to be able to uh, hug them when the school day is over. We worry about them all day. I want to address that in the Hill Report. We need to all work together to protect our kids. I've seen some disturbing videos here lately, and I think we really need to emphasize protecting our kids. Um, Also, I always like to talk sports because sports is synonymous with life. Team, working as a team, being great, practicing. So we're talking about LeBron James and Anthony Davis as they make their playoff push. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to all the guys in the NBA. And those guys really working hard to make a better life for their family. We support you guys in that. Um, but yeah, I will post the full issue pretty soon here. But those guys today who got it on their front porch were the first to read it. Shout out to you guys. Also, shout out to the businesses that are in the Hill Report. You guys make it happen every single day in your business and promoting your business and really inspiring other entrepreneurs um, across the world. So, shout out to you guys. What I wanted to talk about today, and I'm very excited about this great sunny day, is walk in your calling. Yes, walk in your calling. You know, I was a little bit thrown off this morning because I couldn't log into my Facebook. They logged me out. I hate when they just log me out. Um, so I created a whole nother account. So you guys can go to Willie Hill on Facebook and he'd probably be my first friend. But that's fine. But I was thinking about it and I was like, sometimes we need to just roll with the punches and make adjustments and keep it moving. I saw that I had the formula for how to create. I looked on the new page and it looked just like the old page, except for it says Willie Hill now instead of Rataziah. But I was like, once you start getting your formula down, once you, things and making adjustments seem a little easier, it almost gives you some comfort to know that I may be walking in my calling. Getting this formula so perfected, knowing how to set things up and make adjustments on the fly, it is an indicator that you are walking in your calling. You are doing the things and you are doing the activities that you were born to do. You are in your sweet spot. You are operating exactly how you were made to operate. You know, you ever see a tall guy and you're like, "Man, you play basketball?" Seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? Seems pretty obvious that somebody who can reach up and touch the rim without barely jumping should probably focus on seeing if he could play that sport. He might be able to make a lot of money, really enjoy himself, and if he's got his heart right, to create a good life for himself. You ever heard someone who can speak really well and their vocabulary, their ability to move people, their ability to inspire people is just right on point. You're like, man, this guy was made to speak. Look at Usain Bolt and how his muscles just come together so that he can thrust himself along the track faster than any man. And you're like, man, that guy was born to run. Walking in your calling is a beautiful thing. You know, sometimes we force things. Sometimes we get outside of our sweet spot. Sometimes we want to be like everybody else. You know, some people are not meant to be married. Some people are going to have a great life being married. Some people are made to be engineers, doctors, lawyers. They have those skills. But it's a beautiful thing when, as early as possible, you can find your calling. It's a lot deeper than just the things that you're interested in or something that you think you might be good at. Sometimes we force things because subliminally, subconsciously, we saw somebody that we admired doing it and we thought maybe I can replicate them. But you have to be you. You have to walk in your calling. You have to figure out on your knees and say, God, what did you put me on this earth to do? I know I was here to worship you, keep your commandments, but where are the open doors for me? I don't want to be my neighbor. I want to love my neighbor. I don't want to be my brother. I want to love my brother. I want to be me. I want to maximize myself. I want to be the best me that I could possibly be, but I don't want to operate not 1 second longer outside of my calling. You know, sometimes you read one thing and it gets you closer to your calling, but it may not have anything to do with your real actual calling, your real actual purpose. You might just be reading something that you think that it's the full board, but it's really giving you a piece of the puzzle. You might read something else and it gives you a piece of the puzzle. You might have that job that you hate, but you know what? That job may be teaching you something that you need to know for your calling. It may be teaching you a skill that you need for your purpose. So that's why we always talk about work as hard as you can, learn as much as you can in that moment of your life. And if you have that piece of your heart that is saying, hey, this is not forever, this is temporary, follow that. But still wake up every day and learn the lessons that today has for you. There's a scripture that says that God works in mysterious ways. His ways are not our ways. You know, if it was left up to us, we probably would go straight at our calling. We probably go straight at our purpose. But guess what? You'd be a novice. You'd be mediocre. Sometimes we would skip right past training. I was watching a guy on Club Shay Shay, he's Terry Crews, and he was talking about his first few roles were for free, but that's what put him on the map. That's what gave him the experience in front of the camera. That's what gave him the notoriety to thrust him to be eligible for other movies. And his explanation was, hey, when you play sports, you're always playing for free at first, and then you get better and better and better, and then the money comes if you're good enough. I thought that was a pretty interesting take because I've seen a lot of people complaining about what they made in this, what they made in this, and Ice Cube is cheap and this and that. It's like, you know what? Those open doors that are for you to go through as hard as you can and learn as much as you can through that open door because after all, it is an open door. But when doors are closed, don't sit there and try to. I never teach banging the door down. No. Walk through open doors because the steps of a man are guided by the Most High who can know them. I'm telling you guys, whatever you're doing today, it may not be permanent, it may just be temporary, but it may be a piece of the puzzle to help you walk in your calling. This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report Daily Marketing Tip. And guys, let's go get some sales.